Hi, and welcome back to my channel again. Today is another journal with me. Before we start, I still want to apologize for the lighting disturbance today. It's still gonna happen because I can't figure out how to solve it yet. Now, I did ask around, and the answers I got was to Google it. So I'm gonna Google it, and hopefully by the next video I'll be able to solve this problem. Now let's start, and today I don't know, since the start I have the problem of adjusting not only the lighting but the distance of my video. Please bear with me today as I don't know what's got into me. So here I'm just looking at the vintage paper that I got, and this tiny cute little what is this called, clipboard? Yep, I got it from Sticker Fix. It's from High Tide Penco. Yeah, it's absolutely adorable. So you can hold your little bits of paper and scrap. There, just showing you, it's so cute. And I've taken out a few pieces of vintage paper that I'm gonna use and some scrap from my last usage that I have left. Yep. And also I didn't use that two piece of vintage paper that I put aside. I wanted to use this like a Chinese calligraphy paper which has these brown boxes around. I think it goes well with vintage theme. Yep. So I'm just trying to move around the bits and pieces and find the most suitable placing for them, or suitable collage. Yep, I like to do collages, with vintage paper. That's normally and usually how I start my setup. So yeah, I think here I want to explain a bit, because if the background is the white table, the lighting is way more sensitive if I put a different color background. So at first I thought I want to take away my cutting mat, but then the lighting is awful, so the sensitivity is so high that slight movement of my insert, it will have that light disturbance. So I put my cutting mat back, and here I'm using this very, very gorgeous frame stamp from Lin Channing, which I bought from something of mine. Is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm gonna stamp it using this Stamps on ink pad, the jet black color, on this transparent paper that I got. It's actually a tracing paper, but it's a thicker type, so it sort of hold its shapes very well, and it's a bit like the vellum type paper, since it's thick but it's not so thick that it's rigid. Yep. Here, and then I let it to dry for a while, and I'm gonna stamp out this tree fern stamp, which is also from Lin Channing, which I also got it from something of mine. Recently I've been obsessed with this fern stamp. Yeah. And here I'm taking out my VersaFine Clear stamp pad, which I have not been using for quite some time. 3 type of green. Now VersaFine Clear, I love this stamp pad, just that I prefer the VersaFine more, because it still gives the same amount of detail, both stamp pad, just that the VersaFine, of course, is more portable with its size, the mini size. And I find that VersaFine Clear is more liquefied compared to the VersaFine. Yep, but it gives a very vibrant and gorgeous color, and the detailing are there. Just that because it's more liquefied, or it has more liquid in it, it tends to bleed through easily. Yeah. So now after I stamp out everything, I fuzzy cut the fern. Sorry, the fern that I stamped on a piece of white paper. Yep. And here now this frame is dried, so I am gonna tear it out, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Because of the lighting, I think you can't really see the detail. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. And Today I sort of have to rush through as well my journal with me because it's quite late now and I only have the time to sit by my table and I really want to do a journal with me video. Yep. So here I cut out this long fern into a shorter one because I think to give it a little bit of layering, but then I ended up only using 2 ferns rather than 3, and I'm gonna cut this big one as well to make it smaller and it looks nicer. Yep. And this the smallest fern I end up using on the other side of my spread. Yep, because I think with 3 of them there is a bit crowded, so 2 of it is just nice. So here I'm gonna put everything down. So just now, as you can see, the lighting disturbance there, and I tried to focus it on other part of my video, but it became too bright. Now for this, I think it's a bit too bright, but if I lower down the brightness, that disturbance will happen again. So, you know, I'm very sorry about that. I will definitely Google it and try to find out how do I turn off that. I think it's because of the the adjustment of the lighting of the phone, which is set to sort of automatically adjust it. Yep, I need to turn that off. So I need to ensure that it doesn't adjust the lighting by itself. I just can't find it anywhere in the setting for now. So I'm gonna Google it and see where I can turn that off. But of course, I do not want to drag my journal with me video. I still want to have it like once a week if I manage to do that. So yeah, and here I'm taking out my favorite glue tape. I think every journal with me or every time I use it, I did mention that it is my favorite. Yeah, it is. I'm so happy I got it. And here we go. And next up, I'll be putting down this transparency paper, which I have the frame stem on. This frame is absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite frame. It's the floral theme from Li Jianing. Absolutely gorgeous. I bought quite a few fern stems from something of mine, which is from Lin Channing as well, and I think it's awesome. You can do a lot of layering with them. Yep, which I am doing right now, as you can see. And this layering, this frame with this fern, I actually saw it on this product page of Lin Channing in something of mine, how they actually layer it like this. And of course, the cut off the top part is also from there. I saw it on their web page as well. That's how I got the inspiration. So now after this is done, I am going to put some washi tape, I think. Yes. So since it is the fern theme, I'm going to use some green color washi tape. This is from Classici. The washi tape or the tape dispenser is from Daiso. Now my town, my home, where I'm staying now, where I'm staying now does have a Daiso, but they do not have this washi tape dispenser. I actually got it from another Daiso in another state. Yep. When I was there. So I think not every Daiso has this washi dispenser container. And now I'm using this very gorgeous stem-like washi, which I recently got. Now I try to sort of move it around, but then I can't because it will tear up that vintage paper. Yep, so I just leave it there. I think it looks awesome there. And here I'm tearing a bit of this Chinese calligraphy paper to put it on the other side of my spread. Now from what I see here, I think the lighting is way too bright. Yes, it is. So this phone is very clear. I mean, the video is very clear, but then yeah, the light sensitivity is way too much. So yeah, again, I'm very sorry about this. And I know how frustrating it is when you try to watch a journal with me or a plan with me to get some inspiration and the lighting is like so bad. Either it's too dark or it's too bright and you can't really see the detail properly. I know how that feels because I get irritated as well if I'm watching a journal with me and the lighting isn't at its best. I'll try to Google it today and try to solve this once and for all. Yep. A lot of time, not a lot of time, every time I do not rewatch, I actually, after I upload it to my YouTube channel, I will watch it again and to see how the lighting is and how my voiceover is, and yeah, so I'll try so that I can improve on my video quality. Yep. And here I'm trying to take a piece of this vintage ticket from my huge vintage tickets collection with that frame die cut. That is actually a die cut, it's not even a sticker. It is actually a freebie that comes with the Lin Channing stamp, the Ferns stamp that I bought. Yep. So I'm going to use that as a part of my collage as well. And that stamp to put on top of it. And after that, I'm gonna sort of reattach back the long fern that I cut into two. Yep. Since I do not need a smaller piece now, I can use the full piece, and yeah, it can be easily reattached back into its original size. There we go. And last but not least, I am going to stencil down the date with this Travelers Company brass stencil. And 17 is a Wednesday. I was thinking, where am I going to either stamp down the Wednesday or how am I going to, put down the Wednesday, and ended up I didn't put it down because I think the way it is now is gorgeous and I'm not gonna put down the Wednesday. Here I'm taking this distress ink from Tim Holtz, which I'm gonna distress this spread of mine. And the darker brown is actually vintage photo, and the lighter brown is antique linen. These two are my favorite vintage distress color to use. And I normally would put on more distress at the corner. That I think is how natural distress would look like, I think. Normally when you have very old books, the side of the four corners of the books are always the one that age most. So I try to distress more at the four corners of my spread. Now I like the brown of this vintage photo. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah. Lately I love to distress all the four corners of my spread. I think it actually looks very gorgeous, and it shows like it's a pure vintage item or a very old worn book. Yep. And after I use this vintage photo color, I'm gonna use the antique linen to put it all over the page, because the page is white color and I want to have a little bit of the brown color to get the natural worn out or vintage look. And that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoy my video, and very sorry about the lighting again, and sorry also about the babbling if I've been babbling too much. And here is a close-up look of how my spread looks like, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And until I see you guys again, do take care and leave any comments down below, whether it's good or bad, or if any supply that you'd like to know where I got it from, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you again for watching. Bye. Ta-ta.